So the 2400 takes a lot of the concepts that we've seen in the Tascam model series and just gives them a whole lot more. So we've got a 24-track mixer here with 22 analog inputs, 12 of them mono, 5 of them stereo, 4 subgroups, main master section with a master bus compressor and master EQ. Taking a look down the channel strip here, we start with a bunch of phantom power groups. So we've got groups 1 through to 4, 5 to 8, 9, 12, and 13 to 20, which means that if you're using ribbon mics, you can group them all to the one section and keep them out of the way of any mics using phantom power. So you can keep your ribbon mics nice and healthy and stop them from deteriorating over time or possibly going bye-bye. A new and widely requested feature that we have on 2400 series are insert points here up to channel 12, which allows us to get out to external effects units, giving us a lot more flexibility to actually mix using this really, really awesome flagship mixer. Moving down, we have a 3-band EQ with a sweepable mid and a 1-knob compressor, which sounds really, really good and is really, really simple to dial in. Moving down to our auxiliary send section, this beautiful orange section here, we've got 4 dedicated auxiliary sends, 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4th can be used either pre or post, and we have a 5th auxiliary send here, which can be used either as a dedicated auxiliary send or an effects send to the inbuilt effects unit on the mixer itself. Standard pan functionality, record, so like record arm, mute, our faders, and then our whole routing section to get to wherever we need to, whether it's our mains or our subgroups, and a pre-fader listen. So we've got a really well-spec'd traditional mixer here, very familiar for anyone who's ever used an analog mixer before, definitely giving that kind of Mackie 1604 energy. But where this diverts from traditional analog mixers is its implementation of multi-track recording over USB. So we have seen a number of mixers with onboard multi-track recording functionality in the past, but where we've generally been limited is we only are able to record pre-fader or pre-EQ. That means we're only really capturing what's coming out of the pre's and not getting any of this awesome flexibility out of the dynamics and EQ section. However, 2400 features a 24-track USB audio interface both in and out, and allows us to actually record either pre or post EQ section with the touch of a button on each of the channel strips here. So this is pretty awesome, especially personally as a recording and mixing guy. I can come in and use this and track a band in a garage or a studio or a rehearsal space. And from the get-go, I can sculpt the sound using the EQs and the compressors to get something a little bit more polished from the beginning. So we can either get an awesome mixdown by the end of the session, or we can walk away with what we've recorded a little bit cleaner than just the raw signals and have a better bass to work off at the mix stage. And the best part is, due to the onboard recording capability, you don't even actually have to bring a laptop to use this thing. You can just record to an onboard SD card here. And what's really awesome is we can route our audio from our DAW session back down through the mixer using the USB return switches here on each of the channels. This again gives us the ability to use the onboard dynamics and EQ section to further process what we've gotten earlier in the day at the session. But it also allows us to then use external effects using the insert points and auxiliary sends, as well as the master bus processing section, which includes the EQ and compressor. So not only is the 2400 an amazing recording platform, it really shines in the mixdown process as well. Before we wrap up, something that's definitely worth a mention is the onboard 5-pin Midi connectors that we've got on the back of the unit here. Something that's pretty rare on mixers that we've not really seen before. It gives us a lot of flexibility to connect external Midi machines like drum machines and effects units, and then tempo control as we need to. It also has onboard DAW control functionality, so we can hit play and record from the mixer itself and control that functionality within our DAW. So that's it for today. Hopefully that gives you a really good idea of what this unique console is capable of. Whether you're recording, mixing, or performing live electronic music, there's really not much that this mixer isn't capable of. Head in store or online at Store DJ to check it out. My name's James. Catch you next time.